I've got several requests from guys asking to what I carry in my tool bags, a little bit about the tool bags. So I thought we'd go over that real quick today before we jump in the next phase of the hen house. I guess we'll start with the bags. Anyone who knows anything will tell you, if you want the best, it's made by the Occidental Leather Company. Now these are not all leather. They have several different lines. Their traditional ones are their traditional heavy framers were the solid leather ones. A lot of guys kind of got away from those when I was a teen working construction, because we live in a wet climate and they would get sodden and they got super heavy and droopy, you know how leather is, and then these became a little bit more popular. I got these Occidentals when I was 19 years old, to give you an idea of what the quality is. This is a set of bags that if you took care of it, for most guys is going to last an entire lifetime. What's this cost, this whole setup here with the suspenders? You're probably looking at around $250, depending on options. But if you want the best, that's the best. They come with a heavy leather belt, almost like a weightlifter's belt. Just a funny story here. This was the small belt. When I first bought these, I was such a skinny teenager that I had to chop my own hole there. You can see, that work is not up to my current standards. But that's how skinny I was, you know. Now look at me. But that's the Occidental belts. Now they have their own suspender systems. You can go with that. I probably would. I just had these logging suspenders, the clip-on style, which I would not recommend. These things are man killers. There's been actually guys really hurt with these things because of the elastic, and these are always popping off and they come flying back at you and they can hit you in the eye, and they've actually blinded people. So I don't know why I still use them. It's just they've been on there forever. So your choice, go with that. So on the right-hand side here, on my bag, let me drop you down a little bit more. I only use for tools. And when I bought these, it actually had a little small pocket here, like you see on this side. I didn't like it. I actually took that off, cut it off, because it was always catching on me when I was trying to get to my tools. So starting with the outside, on my right hand, I tape measure. 16-footer if you're just doing around home stuff. If you're doing real work, you want a 25 or a 30. But I like the 16. It's a little bit smaller and lighter, and I don't typically measure anything over that with the smaller stuff. Up front here, of course, the world's best utility knife, the Orcon. Actually made for carpet layers. That's the first time that I found these. Don't rattle, very ergonomic, all aluminum, toolless, changing the blades. You can store blades inside. There's nothing that can compare with these guys. They're absolutely the best. Well, hey, Jack. That was Jack asking me what birthday cake I wanted. Yep, April 1st. It's actually my birthday today, believe it or not. 51, if you were wondering. Okay, so after the knife, 2 Carpenters Pencils. Of course, you know the best pencils in the world are the official Wranglerstar ones. Sorry you can't buy them. You can only get them by meeting us. So I carry 2 of those. Why 2? Well, during the day they'll get dull. I like to do, you know, sharp precision work the best I can. Or if you break one off, you don't have to stop what you're doing. You can quickly grab it. So, and then you have time to sharpen it when you're at your leisure. I'm going to carry 2 chisels, one good one, a 3/4 inch that is wood, you know, traditional woodworking quality, a mirror polished perfect image, and that's where I'll do fine work with, where I'm not going to be beating on it. I wouldn't hit on this with a hammer. This is just for just very nice detailed work. And then I'm going to carry a beater, one that I can chop a nail with, or I don't really care, that's sacrificial, and that's what I like about these Mora chisel knives. Man, this is the best 20 bucks a guy will ever spend. It's got a Scandi grind, so it's a knife, really a tough knife, and a scraper and a chisel. I mean, you can't really wail on it, but it has a hard plastic hammer point right there, so you can. I've chopped through stuff, but this is a great tool for slashing cardboard or cutting banding or all sorts of things, prying, lifting stuff up, all that sort of thing. And that's it. That's basically all I'll carry in there. I'll never put screws or anything in there. That just collects sawdust and stuff. So that wraps up that side. Now on the left side, I'm going to carry tools, as well as this is where all my fasteners are going to be. And I have really 2 options. Almost always in the main compartment here, the big one, I'll run my 3-inch screws, or my primary, whatever fastener is my primary. And that's usually a 3-inch Torx screw. The Torx screws are more expensive than the Phillips, but they're a bazillion times better. They're worth it to me. So that will be my main box there. And then for your secondary, if you're doing maybe sheeting and you need something that's smaller, like these 1.5 inches here, maybe 1.25 inches, I'll keep those in the secondary pouch on the outside. So I'll usually have 2 in there. And of course, the greatest tool probably ever invented, the speed square, is just used for everything, especially when you're framing, for using as a saw guide, for getting a good start with your skill saw, for truing up and seeing if your joints are square, a million different things. Even layout, up to 6 inches, I'll use it for layout all the time. You've got your angles for trusses and such, and the way they fit in the Occidental bag is very excellent. It's a really nice design that just fits right there between the 2 bags, and you're constantly after this one. Up front here, I'll always carry a nail set. A nail set is what you have to drive a nail in. So when you're doing some finish work and things, you don't want to hit your hammer too close because you can damage the wood. So I'll keep a nail set in there and a Sharpie. Sometimes pencils won't write on everything. Just be careful when you're using a Sharpie. Don't ever use a Sharpie on a surface that's going to receive paint, because it will bleed right through. It's a lot of trouble for the painters. In this little pocket here, I will carry fasteners. If I'm doing something where I need 3 different types of screws, I'll take a few things out of here, and so I'll have all 3 loaded up here, and then I'll take the few little tools that I carry in here and just put them over on the other side. But I carry a pencil sharpener, just the rotary style for the Carpenter pencils. I really like these. They're just quick and easy, and they always give a really nice fine point on it. So I'll keep that there. And then I'll keep my bits. If I'm need to go back and forth between Phillips or Torx or whatever, I'll keep an extra, or I just lose it, I'll keep an extra one in there. And then if I'm working with a nail gun, it's really frustrating when you're up on a ladder or in a hard to get to spot and you forgot to fill it up and you run out. So I won't carry a whole skein in here, but I'll just break like half of one off and keep it in there, because that's just enough to get you through to the next job. On the back, of course, is the hammer loop. I think this is the best way to carry a framing hammer, because you can put it back with one hand. And this particular one, this was actually given to me by one of my subscribers years ago. It was the first time I'd ever held a titanium hammer. This is a stiletto, what is it? Ruger titanium 14 ounce framing hammer, which is what I like. This has been a great hammer, and I received it when it was all worn out, and it's still chugging along, so I like that one there. And the nice thing is you can put this back with one hand, and it doesn't hit you in the back of the knee. If you use these loops over here, or the hammer loop, sometimes that thing will hit you right in the side of the knee when you're walking. It really hurts. I just started this, but I think I'm going to keep it in the belt, is a pair of 5-inch Knipex, the Cobras. These are the best. These are the coolest pliers ever. They're so powerful and so sharp. You can get on there and you can tighten fittings or nuts or bolts. Your nail gun messes up and gets all jammed up in there. You can reach up there and grab it and yank it out. Just a million different things. And that 5-inch size, it gets pretty big. I mean, you can get on something that's probably 2-inch with that, but also very small. These are just excellent. So I just kind of started packing those around, but I think those are going to be a keeper. Where did I have those? I'm just going to leave these in here and see how it goes. All right, so thanks for watching. Next time we'll be putting in the little windows. I got a bunch of you ask about these windows, where I got them. And I'll show you here. I've got the box. This is the company, Shed Windows and More. Their phone number should be on there. You can record that. And I'm just assuming that I think they just make little windows for maybe doll houses or sheds or different things, just on a very small scale. But they're really nice. I thought they were really affordable for what they were. I mean, I think they're probably close to $100 or so a piece, but for a tempered glass window that opens with a screen, that's really nice, and they're pretty well put together. Little bit sloppy with the silicone on there, guys, but clean that up, show a little bit more care. That would be appreciated, so I don't have to. It doesn't have to be passed on to the end user. You know, we already have enough work to do without cleaning up someone's mess. You hear that, you electricians? All right, thanks for watching. Keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you guys on the next video. What are you going to do with those worms?
I'm gonna give it to the chickens.
How do you know they'll eat them?
I don't know.
Chisel, are you reading? Are you reading? Do you know how to read?
It's hard to read.
Are you working on it?
those socks.
Papa, can I feed the worms?
You can feed the worms to the chickens,
Why
yes.
don't you let Jack bring those?
Chisel, come put your boots on.
Mommy,
Chisel, put your boots on and we can go feed them to the chickens.
Mommy, can you feed? He's so good. Can help.
Jack will take you out. Mama and Papa are gonna have a quarantine
Chisel,
meeting. It means we're gonna have 10 minutes together.